Hey, 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 thanks for tuning in to More or Less. Today, I am joined by multi-platinum recording artist and songwriter Sam DeRosa. You may know Sam from NBC's Songland or as the songwriter behind hits for Lovely the Band, Dixie D'Amelio, Pentatonics, and many more. She recently released her second EP, The Good Parts, and I'm so excited for you all to get to know someone who truly has one of the biggest hearts in music, More or Less. Season 3 of More or Less is sponsored by Neuro, enhancing your mind and body one piece at a time. Living in New York City, I spend way too much time and money on coffee and energy drinks, daily supplements, and then splurging on self-care products. Neuro creates supplements that fit your lifestyle instead of the other way around, with nutrients that enhance your health and wellness to something intrinsically convenient, affordable, and portable. With thoughtfully curated ingredients and lab-approved integrity, Neuro has changed the caffeine game for me since the gum is delicious and the mints leave me feeling fresh and focused. Neuro is always by your side when you need it. Take my word for it and head to getneuro.com now. More or less with Jess. What's up? What's up? We are live here, More or Less, Season 3, with the lovely Sam DeRosa joining us today. Sam, on this show, we have our guests introduce themselves, so say hi and anything you want to say.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sam DeRosa. Thanks for having me.
And who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Okay.
What's your story?
I am from New York. I live in LA now, and I am a singer-songwriter and artist living in LA full-time. I've written songs for a lot of people. I'm now multi-platinum songwriter, Grammy-nominated songwriter as of this year, and I just put out an EP called The Good Parts, and yeah, I feel like that is, I'm so bad at doing the whole, like, talk about yourself, but that's, I guess, the gist of it.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that in depth. And in this moment, how are you feeling, more or less?
More or less feeling really happy to be back in New York.
Aww.
Is that weird? Like, I was walking down the streets and I put my little AirPods in and I was like, wow, there's something about I remembered I would go for auditions for like theater when I was a kid and I'd walk around this city and I just feel like it brought me back to so many memories. Like I'm connecting with my younger self, which I like.
Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here for the short time that we have together. But we always follow up with what is an emotion, a word, a feeling that you need more of, and what is something that you need less of.
Oof. I need more grace. I need less haste. We rhymed it, but that's true. It's really the truth. I'm too Italian when I come home and I have no patience for anything. So I want more grace with myself for sure.
And for anyone listening on audio, Sam and I both talk with our hands. So
yeah, I'm already
check
going.
it out on YouTube to watch all of our hand motions. But speaking of hands, you got engaged this year.
Yes,
which is amazing.
Left hand. Yeah.
How does it feel?
It feels completely the same as it did before, which I didn't think it would, and that's why I waited so long to get engaged, funny enough.
How many years were you together?
When we got engaged, we've been together for 7 years. We're now 8 years. By the time we get married, we'll be together 9 years.
Oh my God, nothing like a full decade of love.
And he has been ready, and wasn't, I think people misunderstand this, where they're like, well, if he's the one, or she's the one, or whatever, why don't you just go? And I think for me, marriage is like raising your rate as a producer or a voice teacher. And it was like, I wasn't ready yet to be in a position to not be really selfish and involve him in all decisions. And I felt like Sam, the person, I had things in my life I really wanted to check off box-wise. And we had things in our relationship that I think we really had to iron out some kinks before we took that step of like, hey, no matter what, we're going to stay with each other no matter what. Even though we knew and felt that way, I think there's still that you could always leave, and I don't want to leave when I marry somebody. I really want to work on that. So that was really important. And we basically just like spent the last 2 years of COVID being so happy with just us in an apartment that I was like, okay, we're never going to have this much time together again, and I'm not sick of you at all. We had so much fun. We like baked funfetti cake, got a little high, ate way too much pizza, played Mario Kart. Like I would have my session, he'd ride the Peloton. And I was like, I looked at him and I said, you know what? If you asked me to marry you, I'd say yes. And he goes, really? And I was like, really? He goes, oh my God, are you going to change your mind tomorrow? I go, no, I'm good. And then we got engaged, and I had this fear that it would change things about us, I thought I couldn't write breakup songs anymore once I was engaged, and all of that is a lie. So being engaged is truly, it's the same. It's just, I think I'm more in love than I've ever felt in my life with him. Closer than I've ever felt, happier. It's so much fun. It is. Yeah. Highly recommend it.
Well, I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You deserve all that. And
Thank
then
you
some.
so much.
And for those listening, I've known Sam for a couple years now. We met right before the world ended. We were talking about it before we started recording. But this is the first time I've seen you since. And I just feel like we have so much ground to cover. But one of the things you said when I asked you about this engagement, you said other people were wondering, like, why don't we just do it, and the impressions of other people, when I think it's important to talk about a relationship is within those two people, and there's always going to be outside noise and people putting their opinions on a relationship or friendship, like whether you've been together a year, 2 months, 10 years, like people are always going to have something to say. But I think it takes two to tango, and that's, you know, what you're running. That's what you're doing when you're with someone. That's who you're prioritizing.
And I love Brene Brown. I'm a big fan of hers. Like, love her.
More or less with Brene Brown, I'm manifesting it.
Yes, more or less. Brene, come on, girl.
Yeah,
I'll
if you
come
hear
back.
this somehow,
But
some way.
she has this quote that I love. Have you ever heard her arena? The quote about the arena?
Yes.
Yeah, that if you're in the arena, you can't take advice from people watching from the stands. And I think about it, my example is the guys in your hometown who, like, you know, never made it to professional football, but they yell at the screen every Sunday and Monday as if they could coach the team better or play better. And it's just because you get so excited, but you don't know how hard it is to be out there doing it in that moment. We don't know why they missed that catch or what happened. And it's the same with my career. As much as I love my friends and family, I feel like because I'm the one who's actually doing it, sometimes I get a lot of advice and I take it because I feel so bad not listening. I have to learn how to just shh, you know, and the same happens with love. I was so influenced for so long by what everybody else said. And I do that a lot. I do that with my songwriting. If I think somebody doesn't like something, even my wedding dress, I went to like 4 stores because I care too much about what people think of me or of what I'm doing. And I'm really trying to tune that out. So getting engaged was a really fun moment because it was just us and I had no idea. And then by the time I said yes, our families were actually watching the whole time. And I didn't know. It's like he knew exactly how I would want it. And it was really cute. So.
And you got People Magazine to cover it.
Yeah.
Subtle flex.
People Magazine DM'd me the next day and said, "Congrats, Queen. Can we get a quote?" And I thought it was a joke because I know some of the people that work there, so I knew who it was. I said, "Oh, you're so nice. That was sweet." You know, and they were like, "No, we sent you an email. Fill out the questionnaire." And I was like, "Are you for real covering?" And I had people, like famous friends, texting me, "Hey, can you connect me with your PR person for my wedding?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, no, I didn't promote my engagement. I did not. They DM'd me, but I still help my friends get into People Magazine because I'm a good friend.
You are a good
I got
friend.
them in, but I did not.
But
like
you
pay
did it
PR.
first.
Yeah, but I did it first. No, I did not pay PR. That was really funny because everyone was like, "Wow, who's your publicist?" And I was like, "Me? Like I don't know. I don't know."
That's amazing. Are they covering the wedding?
They've mentioned some interest in it, but honestly, I don't know. I've been trying to think about if I just want it to be like a more low key thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
You
we'll
got
see.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, even the opinions of other people, you've lived in a ton of different places too.
Yes,
and that comes with a lot of different personalities. And I'm sure your partner has also been with you on that journey of moving. Like that's a big step in a relationship, either moving in together or moving to a different city.
Yeah.
I'm sure now y'all are talking about a house and all those wonderful things like that. Those are big things that at the end of the day, it's on the two of you.
Yeah. When I was when I moved to LA, I thought I would be there for a year just to see if it worked. And then I was like, and then I'll move back to New York because I love New York. I mean, I really can't stress that enough. He was in Boston bartending. And I remember a year to the day, no joke. My life is very cosmic. It's everything or nothing always. And so like I have to go to 2 events that are awesome at the same time, or I'm like home with no bra, unshowered, dirty hair for like a week watching Netflix. Like it's nothing and then everything. And when a year to the day of moving to LA, I found out that I was getting the pub deal and Love of the Band song was going #1. And I was like, oh, this is moving. And I called him and I said, I love you very much. I'm definitely not coming home. And I completely understand if after these 4 years together, that is too much on you. But I have to choose myself and I'm moving forward with this. And if you want to come join me in LA, I'd love that so much. And if you can't, I will never hate you if you have to choose yourself because I'm choosing myself. Like I told him. Yeah. And within like a couple months, he called me and he was like, I'm on my way. And I said, what? He said, yep, I'll be there in 2 weeks. And he said, I'm a bartender. I can bartend anywhere. So if this is where you need to be, you make me happy and I'll go. And he moved to LA. And I remember that was such a moment where I was like, oh man, this guy loves me. Like I better not break his damn heart. So no more breakup songs were written about him. And I moved time.
Was that scary though, to put
Oh, yeah.
yourself first?
Yeah.
Like to make that phone call and say,
What was even scarier
I'm
was
choosing almost my career.
Yeah, his reaction was even scarier because it just showed how much he really loved me.
Right.
And I think people don't want to talk about how hard love is or how much work it is, but I think that's my favorite part about love is the intricacy of it and unpacking things and being like, I know you're doing that thing and I know you enough to know. I know when you're lying, you do that thing with your eyebrow. Like I just know, I love knowing people that deeply and to know that he knew me enough to kind of know that I wasn't coming back, that he was already getting his ducks in a row was really cool. And he came. So we're in LA
And that's
now.
the beauty of love. Like
Love is-
those moments and these stories are what make it all worth it.
Yep. And I still write the saddest songs. So I'll get there. But I don't know. I think love songs are cheesy. So I love heartbreak. And he gets it. Thank God.
I mean, you are the queen of heartbreak
I don't know about queen, but I'll take it.
You're queen in my heart.
Hey, I'll take it.
The good parts, I mean, most of that project is breakup songs. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about, channeling like angst in your work, yet like saying you're the happiest you've ever been in love?
I have been able to finally break this down. I think there's like a dichotomy here that I talked to someone about recently because I was at this really fancy dinner and someone said, I have to say, you're one of the happiest, perkiest, most like fun people I've ever met. Why are your songs the way they are? Because you seem like you're in a really good place. So how come your songs are... I said, well, I've come to the realization that artist Sam is 4 years behind person Sam. And I think it's my job to like hold the hand of my artist self as I navigate these songs. And it's because I truly can't, for a long time, I couldn't go back to those places and write about them because it would ruin my week. When I'm such an empath that things like follow me. And so when I was writing those breakup songs at a time where I wasn't ready to talk about them, I found myself, that was bleeding into my life. My relationships, I was just like a miserable, can I curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay, total miserable bitch. And I was like, why? And now that I don't call him my anchor. My fiance's not my anchor because that feels like he weighs me down. I feel like he's a buoy. Like I can hold on. Like I was, if the water's okay and the weather's nice, I could survive. Someone could find me. I could still wave. Right. And I feel like I have him to just kind of like keep me. So when I come home, there's that space. And my life is in a place now where my career is in a beautiful place. And I feel like I know I'm supposed to do this for a living. I'm able to live doing it. And I have a safe space to go to after these really sad songs come out. So now that my life is happening in a way where Songland happened and all these breakup songs happened, I feel like I owe it to myself to finish those stories. So I'm kind of catching up and writing the book in hindsight.
Interesting.
It's like a Steve Jobs quote. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. You never do it looking ahead. It's only when you get there.
Hindsight's 2020.
Right? Yeah.
Jake Wesley Rogers.
I was just about to say Jake. Hindsight's 2020.
More or less with Jake. We're plugging Jake while
I love it.
But with that, I mean, I think because for those who don't know, and we'll go down the whole Songland journey, but there is Sam the songwriter and there is Sam the artist, and those have blended, I would say, over the years. Even the years that I've known you, it's blended.
Yeah.
And do you feel in some of your work you're channeling the perspectives of other people instead of yourself because you were in a committed relationship?
No, every song I have written has been about my own life. It's
well,
just
case in point, I was going to ask you, like, Be Happy. Like, for those that don't know, Dixie D'Amelio's Be Happy is written by the one and only Sam DeRosa.
It was about my life.
Yeah. And why didn't you keep it for Sam the artist?
I'm a big believer that if I write a song with my friends and it isn't already a scheduled, hey, this is a session for my project, I go in with an idea, and I knew the song was special and I was having a day, but I knew that it needed to be written with some friends of mine who would help me take it there.
Yeah.
And once they got involved and it became something that wasn't only just mine, I always feel like I have this rule that I can't have an ego or be precious with my babies. My babies are my songs. And I always say, hey, if Beyonce wants it, that's my joke all the time. If Beyonce wants it, I'm not going to hold us back from a nice cut.
I actually think you said that when we met each
totally.
other in
I
the
say it
room.
all the
Like,
time. Beyonce's I
I
love her. But so that's always my joke is I want people to know that if they do write for me or with me and it winds up being a song that I love for my project, I believe that if it's meant to be, it'll always come back to me. And when we pitched Be Happy and I submitted it to Warner Chappell, they really liked it. And so a lot of labels were interested. And I said, all right, you know what? I'm not going to hold my friends back from food on their tables. If I can write this, I'll write more. And so I wrote Sad Faces like a week later. And then I was like, okay, Sad Faces is mine. Let's pitch Be Happy. And then when Dixie wanted Be Happy, I just loved her story and why she wanted it. And it felt like, as a songwriter, you can sing the songs for the rest of your life. You can perform them. You can probably put them out in a couple years if you really wanted to. And I remembered that. It's it's always still mine. So however, if it can live a bigger life and help people, that is the goal, I think, as a writer.
Well, you even look at like Dolly Parton, I
And
Will Always Love You. I
Yep.
mean, she didn't even know that this woman, Whitney Houston, had it and heard it on the radio and was like, oh my God. And that song has taken a life of its own. And I wonder what it would have been like if, you know, Dolly had kept it and didn't want to share it. And it's just so interesting how that happens.
When Dolly had her own version first, and that's what's so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And most people, I was talking to someone, I think we were watching Dolly and Miley's special, and I was with someone who didn't know that it was Dolly's song. They only thought it was Whitney. And I'm sure like the younger generation too probably thinks that it's Whitney's song.
And I think people sometimes get upset if somebody takes a song that sounds like someone, but I'm like, hey, hold on a minute. If this music that your parents listened to decades ago is being reactivated and rediscovered because of these newer artists that are influenced by that, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Like if so-and-so kind of sounds like Prince, how cool that we can show Prince to a bunch of 10-year-old kids and be like, you need to hear the song Kiss, trust me. You know, I think that's cool, but I wish more people covered other people's songs because that used to be a thing back in the day. I love that.
Covers?
I love that you would have like, or even like, I'm talking like in the 50s, how you would have like many people singing the same song. I just think that was so cool that if you put a song out and somebody else loved it and wanted to sing it, you could, you know?
The only time I feel like we see that now is holiday songs.
Yes.
Like holiday songs are still, there's all these iterations every single year. And it's really exciting as a person that loves music to see new versions that come out. Songs that have been around upwards of 100 years, maybe longer. But you're right. I feel like we don't get that as much anymore.
No, I do want to make a Christmas album though. I'm planning to do that soon.
You absolutely should.
I have a couple of originals and I'm just like that. We wrote them for Christmas camps, pitches for other artists. We did a Kelly Clarkson one for a while and she was going through something very personal in her life and she was going through a really brutal divorce and she decided to write her own album. That happens. But in the meantime, we spent all of July hoping she would take these songs and I was like, you know what? Go Kelly. Same, honestly. I'm going to see if nobody wants these songs, I'll put them out. And I love that. It gave me like that freedom. And that's what's cool about being a writer is if you work with people who love and respect you, to bring it back to the be happy thing, I think it's just, you can't be too precious with songs. And I think you'll know if something is just screaming at you, you know that it's something you need to keep. And with Be Happy, I felt like as much as it was about my life, I wanted to share that first before I decided to be selfish with it, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of Kelly Clarkson, I was watching you on her show.
On the Kelly
like,
Clarkson show.
So cute.
I cried when I hugged her. We had to take a break so I could like fix my makeup.
No, I saw you were like
so
hysterical.
funny.
It was the cutest thing though.
That was so funny. I was so glad that they let me like take a beat because I love her. So to hug
so
her,
cool.
she gives great hugs. She was so nice. So, you know, I'm walking out like Sam DeRosa, the artist on the Kelly Clarkson show, but I'm like, no, I'm Sam, the fangirl. Like, I don't know how to separate the two. I want to make sure it's known that I do not take this lightly, you know? So I needed to like fix my makeup. It was so cute. They gave me like a second and then we started filming.
That's so precious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Everyone like pause this podcast and then go watch Sam.
Yeah, go watch it.
And then come back. And then come back. So let's talk about Songland for a bit. I mean, I feel like that was probably your pinch me moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we're kind of skyrocketed into the industry. And then, you know, you've gone through ebbs and flows and now being independent. I mean, tell us the good parts, no pun intended, the not so good parts.
Yeah, I think people shit on TV shows, and I don't think that they should. But I do want it to be known that I didn't audition for Songland. I went to a meeting with an A&R at Interscope Records. Just like when you're a writer, you meet people and you set up meetings. Yeah. And the meetings are just like, hey, can I come in and say hi and play a couple songs? And if you like what you hear, maybe you can keep me in mind and tell me if one of your artists is looking and I can write for that and send it in to you. It's like trying to form those relationships to place a record. And so I knew that I was really trying to write for Selena Gomez and I had all these songs that I thought were perfect for her. I love her. And on this playlist was my song Pill for This. And we hadn't even listened to music yet. The A&R looked at me from across the room and she just goes, you are so funny and animated. I go, really? She goes, yeah, you should be on TV. And I go, oh my God, like Riverdale? Because I was like, yeah. And I was an actress when I was a kid. That's always what I thought I was going to be like a Broadway girl until Broadway broke my heart and I started writing songs. That's how I started. Played my little piano and I was like, fuck you, Broadway. I'm going to write these breakup songs about you, you know. And so I was like, oh, you're so funny. She was like, no, I mean like American Idol, The Voice, like you should sing. And I was like, oh, no. I said, no. And I was really against it. And so we left the meeting. I thought she was just kidding, but her friend was casting Songland. So she sent her friend, totally unknown to me. I was sent, I got a phone call. She sent the email of my information, all my songs. And someone called me and they said, hey, I'm from Songland, I'm casting. And I said, oh, I don't know how you got this number. And I hung up on them. And I was in Nashville and I was like, no. And then they called again. And I said, I'm really sorry. I don't know how you got this number, but I have been through the ringer with television shows and I've gotten so close just to get my heart broken. And I really mean this respectfully, but I am not interested in winning another career. Like, I want to earn it. And so I'm going to politely decline. And then my manager at the time, who was just my friend from college, they called him and he was like, Sam, can you just answer the fucking phone? Can you just talk to these people? And I was like, did you do this? You're fired. Like, I'm joking with him. I'm like, did you do this? And he was like, no. So I get on the phone with them and they say, okay, please no, this is not like those other shows. We're not going to embarrass you. They called it like, I think she made a joke and said Shark Tank for songwriters. And it was literally filmed in the same room as Shark Tank, funny enough.
Oh, get out.
And the idea is, you know, you pitch a song and they just tell you if it works or not for this specific person. It's not about how good or bad you are. Yeah. There's no time to embarrass you. And I liked the idea of that. So I said, all right, you know what? And in my head, I still said, this could go nowhere. It's a pilot. So I filmed the pilot and then the pilot exploded. NBC like put all the money into it. And then we got called that it was going to go and do its thing. And then we were supposed to be the first episode, but they moved us to the end because they said that the magic of that episode was so awesome that they actually wanted to wait until more people were invested in the show, which was so cool.
How did that make you feel?
Really special. I felt that year of my life is definitely still one of my favorites. And I don't ever think that like a past year is the best year of my life. I really try to like find the good in the next ones to come, but they asked us to come to The Voice to film something and just to like watch the show because NBC was like being cool to the Songland cast. And someone came up to me and was like, hey, I work with Adam Levine and he's an executive producer on the show and he heard your song. I know exactly who you are. We like saw your Instagram. We love your songs. You're so talented. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know who I am? Like, but also someone whose music I love knows who I am.
Right.
And I remember there's also, you have to pinch yourself a little too and come down from cloud nine because it's not like Adam Levine hit me up and said, hey, come write with Maroon 5. That didn't happen. I was just perfect for the show and that's okay. But from that, everything went crazy because right around there, Broken went #1, the song I had written with Lovely the band. And I started getting noticed as an artist. And that's truly all I've ever wanted. But I love songwriting so much that I don't ever want to be told I can't do both. I love doing it so much, you know, and I love writing with other people. So I was so afraid when Songland happened that I would, you know, cement myself as not wanting to ever write with other people again. And I love it. And it didn't. It actually helped me do both. So it really changed my life.
And I mean, outside looking in, it looked like Songland was where all your stars kind of aligned. I mean, the episode was with Charlie Puth, who was your classmate, right?
And I thought it was going to be Maroon 5. Because initially,
so wild.
when they filmed the pilot, this is what's so crazy. When they filmed the pilot, because they didn't know if they were going to have an artist ready, they were going to just have Maroon 5 come, and he wasn't going to be a part of the process, Adam being the singer. And they were just going to have a bunch of people pitch. And then I guess, you know, his wife was pregnant, something happened, and last minute, the day before we filmed, they said, by the way, your artist is Charlie Puth. And I said, oh, I can't do the show. And I got really nervous. I get so nervous about getting in trouble, you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, why? And I said, we went to college together. And I only had a few classes with him. I don't even think he remembered me, but I did not come this far to be embarrassed on TV and for him to tell me I'm not good enough.
Oh, it's scary.
For some reason, I thought he was going to like not like me. And I really thought that. I said, I don't want it to be, and if it goes well, then they're going to think that I knew him and I can't. No. And they were like, okay, how about this? We're not telling him anything about you. We won't even ask. You're just going to walk in there. And if he recognizes you, he recognizes you. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. Mm-hmm. And I walked in and he just goes, I know you. And that was it. And what they didn't show on camera was he hyped me up like the cure for freaking cancer. I mean, he was so
Jersey
nice.
boy.
I have to say, I have to thank Charlie for that because he was so nice. He told them, he remembered how I raised money after the Boston bombings and tried to like raise money for victims. He said he remembered that I was his waitress a few times because there were a lot of rich kids at Berkeley and I was not one of them.
Right.
And so the fact that they used to come in for brunch and like always tip me and take care of me, and they remembered that, and he remembered that we had class together, and he was just such a nice kid that when I sang my song, he cried. And they didn't show that part. They only showed him cry at the end. But he cried a lot. And he said, I can't believe I'm sitting in this chair staring at you on the other side. And I think about how we're no different. But for some reason, I'm on this side and you're on that side. And you deserve to be in this chair. And he started crying. And he said, and you're willing to give me a song so personal. And I just want to thank you for that. And then Esther was like, will you go hug this girl? And she smacked him like, get up there. And he hugged me and he gave such a big squeeze of a hug. And I was like, And then I cried. I said, thank you so much.
What a full circle.
Yeah, it was really cool. He's a really, I really care about him. I hope he's doing well wherever in the world he is. He's great.
But even with that, I mean, you didn't want to go on any more, TV shows anyway.
No.
Like, you were done with it.
No. Yeah.
This one comes along. It just so happens that you're into it. You're willing to shoot your shot for the pilot of all things. And then it turns out that your old classmate is the person you're pitching to.
Insane.
Like, it just feels, I believe in the universe and that it works in mysterious ways. Like, that felt like, you said you didn't want to win a career, you wanted to earn it. And that full circle moment shows that you worked your ass off. You moved to LA from Boston, New York, East Coast to West Coast, and you ended up there. And as you should be on the Kelly Clarkson show, as you should have your moment.
Thank you.
And continuing to have your moment.
Yeah.
Because you're killing it.
Thank you. My favorite part of that, I have to say, is Ryan Tedder. He asked me, he said, I'm so confused. You went to school with Charlie in Boston. You're here in LA. You're from New York. Where are you? And I explained everything. I said, well, I was too broke to move to LA. So I did these cover gigs at a place called Mastro's. And they promised me that if I opened up the Boston location, I could move to LA and they'd give me a job there. But I had to stay for a year in New York. And I remember thinking it was the worst year of my life. But I wrote the Lovely the Band song with the lead singer of the band that year.
Yeah.
And then I got to LA, had a bunch of A&R meetings. They said I should go on Songland. And here I am. And I gave him the whole runaround. And then Ryan goes, I'm going to stop you right there. And I want you to remember this. You have no control. And anyone listening, please listen to this. You have no control over who knows who was born where, who has what. You cannot control any of that. Who has more money? Nothing. The only thing you can control in whatever you do in life is the work that you put in. And so long as every day you wake up, he said, when you were waiting those tables, when you were bartending, when you were singing those gigs, that had a purpose. Your intention was always, this is for XXX thing. And he said, that's the only thing you can control is the work that you put in. You cannot control anything else. And he said, and so I have to say, you're standing here with us today, aren't you? And is that not the kid you went to school with? And I was like, yeah. He goes, so it looks like you could control something, huh? And I remember I was like, I hadn't even sang yet. And I was like, guys, I'm not going to get through this song. And that's when Esther made the joke, Charlie, why didn't you date her in college? Are you married? And I was like, oh no. And then I accidentally told all of America about my breakup. And then Pill for This was sung and it became this moment. And I wish I could, that was like bottling lightning that day because it was so completely unscripted and unfiltered. I was in that room for like an hour and they only could show a quick bit, but all of those people I still connect with. I saw Ryan play with One Republic in Nashville. We talked. I saw Esther randomly in a recording studio. She always is so nice. And I saw Shane McAnally when I was in Nashville a couple years ago. We don't work together anymore, but I wish him so much love. And I haven't seen Charlie, but when Songland first happened, he texted me. And he was like, I rarely have ideas that work. And I can't believe that this worked. I knew if I said no to your song, that my fans would get so damn mad at me that they'd follow you and help you. And he said, please don't take this lightly. Please make an EP. Please put out songs. Make good music and good luck. And I was like, thank you. It was just really cool. So nice. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep trying. Rinse and repeat is what I call it.
I've talked about it on this show and I've talked about it on panels, but the quote that hangs up in my room is a lyric from Hamilton, and it's, I am the one thing in life I can control.
Oof.
I am inimitable. I am an original. And I wake up and I have that quote on my wall, really my mirror, because I feel like with COVID and quarantine and collective trauma that we've all experienced, the only thing you can control is yourself.
And I'm learning
and the
that.
amount of work you put in.
Yep. And that's what Ryan said all those years ago. And I didn't realize that's a quote that he kind of created in his head so that he would stay focused. And now he shares it with people. And it's just something I live by. Because in reality, even though he said it and put it in such a beautiful way and made it a sentence, the only thing you can control is the work you put in, blah, blah, blah. Really, we've been saying that to ourselves our whole lives. We just needed someone to kind of Tetris and put the words together. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's case in point. That's why it's on my mirror.
I love that. I love that you live by that too. I think that's so cool.
I think we have to in this life. Too many things are happening externally and around us. And I'm living in New York. It's high stakes, hustle energy. The music business is tough business. It's fast paced. And all we have in this life is ourselves. And you know, that just goes to show, like, and you're proof of it. I'm proof of it. We're here. We're in this cool studio.
It's so cool. It's so
chit-chatting. But one of the things you said, speaking of quotes, one of the things you said your life has been a series of open doors, but it's tiny windows that you found a way
I said
through.
that on the Kelly show.
You did.
And then
I do my research, Sam.
Kelly, you're so funny. Kelly said I needed to write a song about that. And that's the only reason I remember saying that. Because I know so many people. I know everyone struggles. This is not to say that people don't. But I know so many people that have had like they met a manager who loved them, who put them in rooms with all these amazing artists, and they wrote, and they have this amazing career. And I'm sure they still have hardships, but I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I not finding these? Why am I finding these, like, no one loves me, no one wants to stick around in my personal life and my music life? Like, why me? And then I was like, okay, stop. That door's closed. We're going to find another one. Okay, that door's closed. So I started making a joke. I'm going to find the window. And that became a joke that I made for myself. Okay, that door's shut, but there's got to be a window. And that was a joke that I made on the show of my life has been a series of closed doors and myself having to find the window. And I always do. And I've learned that the narrative of my career has been like the hustle struggle, but my life resume is so lit because of that. I love that word sometimes, lit. But it is. Like, I think about the true Hollywood story that I hope someday, if my career continues to go cool, I could tell. And how boring would it be if it was like, well, I was born and, I just like never really had to work. I was so thankful for everything my parents gave me. And I met this one person who changed my life. And here we are. And by the way, I love the Beatles. Like, I just feel like that would be so lame. But if it's like, hey, this was hard. This is still so hard. And I am proof that you can do it. Because if it was hard for me and I'm here, I want people to know that and to see that and to be inspired by that. And I've learned that my favorite stories are the struggle stories. Yeah. Not even just in music, in people. When I see someone who's like so animated and beautiful at a party, I'm drawn to them. Not because they're beautiful and animated, because I'm like, something about you made you this way. What made you so happy and strong? Because you're choosing that. What makes you choose happiness daily? I want that. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is what it is. It's what you said. What can you control? Yourself.
Yeah. With the window quote, because I love that. The other thing, Remy, I was going to bring up, which is your favorite book or one of your favorite books, is The Third Door.
There's a book about this?
Heck yeah, there is. It's about, people talk about the front door to getting what you want, the back door to getting what you want, and then the third door, which is the untraditional work your ass off, you're gonna find a way, hell or high water.
That's the Sam DeRosa door. I'm just gonna put a little star with my name on that one because that's been my whole life.
I mean, I've yet to read the book, but everyone has taled about this book.
I have to read it.
So yeah, we'll add that to the book club, more or less book club. But
I love more or less. There needs to be a more or less book club.
You heard it here first.
I absolutely love that.
More or less book club. Sam will pick the first book, which may happen to be The Third Door.
I'm here. I love it.
But yeah, it's all about that, and I think everything to that point is super powerful, and it's what we're all trying to do in this life is find happiness and what that means. So for you, how do you define happiness? There's the song Be Happy, obviously, but how did you define happiness when you wrote it, or maybe when you were on the high of Songland, versus how do you define it now, January 2023?
I think I used to think that happiness was when I got X, when I got to this, when I had this. I thought it was like, oh, once my ex-boyfriend hears, this song on the radio and finds out I wrote it, then I'll be happy. This money in my bank account will make me happy. And then it didn't. And I was actually worse than I was before, which is why I wrote that song. And I think now happiness is being completely content with exactly where I am in my life. The things that I have, the people in my life. And I think happiness is having goals and dreams and things to strive for without feeling like they would define me if I got them. Because if I'm not happy right now, no matter where I go, that will not change. And I've learned that because I've had everything, so to speak, that I've wanted in those moments. And I've been like, why does this not feel any different? And it's because the work starts when you have nothing. And that's what manifesting is. It's, hey, I really, really want it to be beautiful weather on my wedding day, but I've completely decided that even if it rains, it doesn't matter because I'm happy. And then, but I'm picturing this day and it's beautiful and it's sunshine, but no matter the outcome, I'm still happy with where I am. And that, to me, that's when you know that you can choose happiness, when you learn how to properly manifest it. It's just like, okay, yeah, I'm happy now. And then anything else is just a bonus. That is happiness to me.
I love that. I love the word content, especially because I think, for me, and this is like a personal anecdote, but when I was little, people ask you what you want to be when you grow up. And probably when I was 11 or 12, I started saying I wanted to be happy. My depression started when I was, and I like, it started when I was younger, and I just like would write in a journal and I would talk about like wanting to just feel happy and find success and whatever that meant. And I think as I've gotten older now in my 20s, it's really, I want to be content. I want to be satisfied. I want to feel fulfilled in whatever shape or form that comes in, whatever the universe decides to bring me. I'm very much an empath as well. So keeping my feelings in check. But at the end of the day, I can wake up, feel good, and I can go to bed and know that it may not have been the best day or something shitty might happen, and I can still feel content, like you're saying on the wedding day with the rain. Like, you're still with the person you love, like, and that's all that matters.
And you know, John Mayer had said this, because everybody's like, what do you mean you're just happy where you are now, then you have no dreams? That's not what it is. John Mayer, I love him so much, but he had a quote once where he said, I don't fear contentment. I fear complacency. That's the difference. The idea that I'm happy where I am now and I don't want anything else. My biggest fear is the same as his, which is that the idea that you wake up one day and you have nothing else to dream for, go for. That is not it. But being happy with where you are right now and knowing that even if those things didn't happen, you would still be happy with what you have. To me, that's happiness. And I love that. So I want to always learn to just like find the gratitude in where I am, and anything else would be a bonus. And 100%. I'm going to keep reaching.
As you should.
Thanks,
and
girl.
We're going to end on what is a lyric or word of affirmation. I know we addressed it a lot in this episode, but what is the one lyric that you come back to that keeps you moving forward?
Oof. I don't know. That's hard. I actually don't know. I don't think I could even on the spot pinpoint something, but...
What is one of your lyrics that keeps you going?
One of my lyrics that keeps me going. Wow, I wish I could think of something, and I really don't. Oh, you know what? I will say sometimes it's better just to surrender, because I think people think that surrendering means giving up, and it doesn't always. I think sometimes it's really brave to put your hands up and say, all right, this is in somebody else's hands, or the bravest thing I could do right now is walk away. That's what's best. So I would say that. It's from my song Surrender. That's on the Good Parts EP.
Which everyone should go stream right now. Once you're done with this episode, go on little Spotify, little Apple, and go stream all of Sam's music, because she's amazing.
Thank you.
Sam, thank you for being here.
Thanks for
I appreciate
having
you so much. This was so fun.
This was fun. I feel like I could talk to you for 2 more hours, so I'm glad we have a hard... I'm too Italian, and my ADHD is through the roof. You have to give me a cutout, and we are good. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. Till next time, more or less.
More or less. #best.
Oh my God.